back everyone. This is Robin here from Skincare Tactical. Today we'll be kicking off our VERITAS series in our channel. I wanted to begin this VERITAS series really recognizing this global pandemic, this novel coronavirus 19. This is a very serious thing that's going around. I know everyone's wearing masks, and I have colleagues in the hospital and my buddies who are telling me about like skincare. Like, how do we deal with skincare when we got this mask on our face, Robin? I know a lot of folks are getting irritation, some rashes, pimples, and all kinds of bad stuff. So I want to just do a quick VERITAS breakdown. VERITAS in Latin means truth. That's what I'm going to call kind of a series where I kind of give a long campfire talk regarding skincare products and tactics. Just to let y'all know, I am not a doctor. I'm a medical chaplain. I'm in any way giving any kind of medical advice. I'm just giving you some tips and hints, and you can do your research on your end. Google is available for everyone, so please do your research. Ask your doctor, ask your dermatologist for their medical advice. And also, this is just kind of what I think. These are my opinions. This is what I do. This is what I tell my family and my loved ones and my parishioners. So thank you guys for watching again. This is the VERITAS series on face masks. So before we begin, let's talk about the different types of face masks. So the most common type that you guys have seen is this N95. This is a surgical mask. This is what we use in the medical field. For us in the hospital, when we go check in, we do our daily screenings, and then we have to wash our hands, and then we get a new mask every day. So I know these are very abundant now. I know there was kind of a craze, and so I have some friends who are actually in the mask business now and hand sanitizing business. So they kind of gave me a little quick little breakdown from their end as the business side. There's a whole lot of different types of N95 masks, and there's a lot of variations, different qualities. So they're not all equal. So when you guys go and purchase your N95 mask, just know that it might not be the best quality. I've heard from a lot of my homies, a lot of my buddies, some of their strings, like these little string tabs just fall off. I had one time where my lady gave me, as soon as I put it on, it just ripped off. And then another one, it was just small. I don't know if it was like a small Korean size or Filipino size. My lady's Picolana. Shout out to the Philippines. Yeah, so I don't know what it was, but it was like a little baby size. It was tiny, and I know I don't have a huge face, but I have like a regular sized face for a 6 foot 270 pound guy. But anyways, yeah, it was just different size. I'm wearing these all the time in the hospital. So as soon as I put the one she gave me, it was brand new in like the cellophane package. It was tiny. It was super tight, and then I got giant ears. I got little Dumbo ears. So it was really tight on my ear. So they're not all the same, guys. So make sure when you guys buy them, please buy them from a reputable person. I know there's a lot of, I don't want to say fakes, but there's a lot of lower quality PPEs that have been circulating. I know that certainly our government and other countries' governments have returned some of the PPEs back to the manufacturer. So please confirm that. Make sure you buy it from not just like some Joe Schmo. I've seen some cats sell it like in a van on the streets. It's like, so I just don't know, if that's reputable. I mean, I know people are desperate, and please don't hoard items. Like, please don't hoard PPEs and food. I've been noticing that some people are really not thinking about the community. They're thinking about themselves only. So I know this is a global pandemic. We're all in this together, okay? Regardless of race, religion, culture, sex, whatever you are, we're all human beings. We are all affected by this. The virus does not discriminate, okay, guys? And it's a real deal. I know that sadly there's still Americans out there that think this is some kind of hoax, some kind of political thing. I don't know where they're getting their intel. Obviously, they're getting their intel from the U.S. news. I recommend folks getting intel from foreign news. Really diversify your intelligence. Don't just watch American news, which is now very political. It's mostly about opinions rather than facts. So I recommend folks going online or or just looking at international news. And I'm not gonna drop any names, but you guys are smart enough to figure that out, okay, guys? There's certainly bias in media. There's a lot of propaganda. Anyways, you know, just be smart, okay? So do your research. Don't believe everything. Really, the only thing I would say is talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor and talk to folks in the medical field. I know there's a lot of people out there who are risking their lives and their own family's safety to work. I'm certainly working with a lot of nurses and therapists in my hospital who are really starting to burn out and getting stressed out. And don't forget, this is a marathon, guys, for all my healthcare workers, all my law enforcement and fire, you know, first responders, EMTs. This is a run for the long haul, guys, okay? Long haul. So, you know, take care of yourself. Make sure you're aware, like, don't try to be a superhero, you know? Protect yourself, be smart, take things slow. Even if things get crazy in the hospital and wherever you guys are at working in the field, there's gonna be medical emergencies. It's happening all over the country right now. Try to take a deep breath, you know, take 7 deep breaths. That's a military tactic or kind of strategy or skill that's taught in the military, at least in the US. Take 7 deep breaths when you're in panic mode. Get some oxygen in your brain and it'll help you think. Okay, guys? All right. So now that we got the importance of masks out the window, as you guys know, it is, I think it's mandatory in California, and it's mandatory in many states, many buildings, federal and, you know, whatever government buildings or whatnot, grocery stores. Yeah, even grocery stores. My sister was pointing out, folks are like touching everything. Like yesterday, I went to the store to get a New York steak after work. You know, it's Friday. It was a long day, and yeah, I saw this lady. She was like touching every single package to see like the meat, you know, to see the marbling. And like, you know, I'm a meat guy. I get it. Like, I want to get my best quality meat too. But like, right now is not the time. Okay, brothers and sisters, it is not the time to be selfish. Don't just be touching everything. It's really not considerate of the community. Okay, so just be aware of what you're touching. I know some reports have said like there's, you know, when you guys go to public spaces, like if you're using public transit, you're putting gas in your gas station, handles, door handles, all that stuff is infested, okay? So even before COVID, that's all like bacteria and stuff. So just be smart. I recommend, or I use gloves when I'm using public transit, you know, just because I know there's a high volume of traffic and you know, the probability is extremely high. So, you know, I'm trying to protect my mom, my mother-in-law, you know, or soon-to-be mother-in-law just got engaged actually. So yeah, so just, you know, don't be selfish. I know a lot of young cats out there are like, oh man, I'm young, I'm fine, I'm healthy, I run all the time, I play ball, you know, whatever. That's great. That's good for you, man. But there's a lot of folks out there who are, you know, have comorbidities, who are at high risk. So please be considerate, okay? We're seeing higher numbers, intake, higher positivity rate, and even pediatrics. So we're it's not a good time. So please don't be selfish. Watch the news. Educate yourself. Educate your family. Educate your friends who might be ignorant. Okay, and it's okay. Like, you know, I'm ignorant too. Like, I'm ignorant too, man. So, you know, I remember when this first thing came out with the mask, I was like, man, it's fine. Masks not gonna do anything. And I admit it. Like, I was wrong. Like, masks, like, we need to do it. And we're following other countries like Korea, Germany. Like, these countries are kind of like Singapore. They've done it. And even the state of New York, shout out to Governor Cuomo and the medical team, healthcare workers out there, first responders, law enforcement. I mean, you guys, it's amazing. It's amazing how New York went from like 0 to hero, you know, and some of the other states, we're making a lot of mistakes. So the numbers are out there. Please educate yourself. Just help other people. I mean, even in my church group chat, like, some of the responses I get, it's like, I could tell people are unaware, okay? So they're certainly not getting good intel. So please share good intel with your loved ones. All right, so back to this mask. This is the standard, gold standard, I guess. Not the gold standard, but this is the N95 mask, surgical mask. This is great because it has like both like the soft cotton and then it has like a polyester back. So basically it's resistant. It's water resistant. So this is good. Obviously it's used for surgery, but this is kind of a good kind of middle ground like mask, okay? I've seen other folks use like cloth, You know, I got my Niners, go Niners. And I see people like use their little masks like this, or putting on their little bandanas, you know, or they have their little, excuse me, they have their little, you know, the cloth masks that people make. You know, I have one of my colleagues, Pastor Marissa, you know, her mom actually made a bunch for us at the hospital. And they're really beautiful. Thank you, Marissa, for giving me one of the pretty ones. But anyways, yeah, so like even the cloth ones, the thing about the cloth ones, guys, once it's wet, it's compromised, okay? Once it's wet. So think about it as like skincare. I'll give you a little skincare, a little reference, you know? So you know how like we use toner? So the toner we put on mainly because of three things, right? You know, it's because of hydration, and then balancing your pH, and then also to prep. So prep your face to really absorb the moisturizer and the serums and all the good stuff you're gonna put on, right? Because it's like a sponge. If the sponge is dry and you put water on it, it's not gonna really absorb. So you wanna prep your face. So the same thing with this. If it's wet and then the coronavirus makes contact, it's more likely to seep through, and it's like on your lips. So that's a negative. You do not want that. So if you're using cloth stuff, please make sure you don't use it like all the time. Now you should have like 2 or 3 and just circulate them. My mom, she hangs it out to dry in our front yard. Even the N95s, you know, I mean, if you really want to be loving and considerate, PPEs, I mean, I think we're okay now, but you know, if we get a second wave or whatever, like we're gonna be low again. So please give those to healthcare workers. Give those to the front, like leave those for the frontliners. Don't just buy thousands of them or hundreds of them. Like, just take what you need, please, okay? Like, don't be greedy, okay? We're in this together. Like, if your neighbor gets sick, guess what? It compromises your safety too. So, like, help each other out. Look out for your neighbors. You know, I got elderly folks below me that I'm leasing this house from, and I told the landowner, like, let me know if anybody gets sick, if they need food. They're at high risk, guys. So be good people. Look out for one another, okay? So this is the second type, the cloth type. This is not good if it gets wet. So if you're breathing on it all day, it's gonna be a lot of steam. So that's gonna be compromised. So just be aware of that. This is another type. This is like the ski mask type. It's what I used to use when I was snowboarding. This one is not good because it's got holes in it, okay? You guys can tell, like, you don't have to be a doctor to figure this out, but it's got holes in it, so it's gonna be compromised. Okay, so don't be wearing like athletic gear. That's, I mean, you might look cool, but it's not smart. Okay. Next one is my little Bane mask. This is what I use. This is what I use when I do a lot of like painting work. Sometimes I paint my car, and I used to be super into cars and stuff. I used to paint like the body kits and grills and silly stuff, you know, when I was a young cat, you know. Anyways, this one, it's like a 2-piece kit. Comes with like a little N95, or I don't even think it's N99, I don't know. But it's got a little thing. It's polyester nylon. It's got the little strings. So you put this on first. Oops. Oh my God, I've got a big face. Okay, and then you put on this thing. So this one is a P95, which is actually designed for oil. Like, I can't even put this on. Hold on. So this right here, guys, is designed for oil particles. This is a full-on. It's got little filters on both sides. It's a lot more comfortable. I like it a lot more. It's way easier to breathe and talk. Obviously, the sound is suppressed, but now let me take this off so y'all can hear me. I personally like this more because I feel like I can breathe more. It's easier to breathe, but I mean, it looks kind of over the top. I know when I wear that sometimes, like I'll wear that like if I'm doing a long haul public transit, or if I know I'm gonna be in a very dense area, I'll wear that just for extra protection. And I know some folks give me the dirty look, like, you know, that deer in the headlights, like. So anyways, yeah, so that's a P95, okay, guys. So there's different types of masks. There's even like you know, I know in the hospital, like there's folks with like giant beards, like the really mountain men type of guys, and they got like a special mask, like the covers like the bottom area more, because obviously if there's any kind of gaps, that will compromise your safety. That can compromise the effectivity of that mask. So and they also have like those hazmat, the level 3 bio suits. I've seen some of those drive through, and I've seen them at my hospital, some of the outdoor tents for our testing areas. Some of the folks, some of the medical team, they have the bio suits, like the level 3 hazmat type of things. Like that's serious, man. That's a serious deal. So anyways, getting to what the point is of this video. Okay, so now we have figured out all these different types of masks, knowing the effectivity, and then even like the compromising components, such as like the material. So if it's all cotton, or if it's homemade, it doesn't have any nylon or some kind of plastic that'll prevent any like droplets to enter, or to, I guess, break your skin's barrier. That can be compromised. I know some folks in the OR operating room, they have those headbands, and they put a little button. They kind of, I think they sewed it on them, so they put a little button there so they can tie their mask onto that instead of their ear. So it can be irritating to put like that little thing behind your ear, and you're in the hospital, you're performing surgeries. It's a pain in the butt, right? I mean, so those OR guys, they've been on this way before COVID. They know the little trade secrets, So if you guys have like a headband, you want to tie a little button or sew a little button, you can put your N95 mask there. Like I said, my colleague Marissa and her mom, she asked for just these strings, and then she attached them to like her mom's homemade cotton ones that were like designed really pretty. So also one of my colleagues, he's actually like doing a combo. One of my Korean pastors. So he puts the N95 underneath the cotton one. So it's kind of like double. And then I've seen some where the cotton ones are thin, but they have like a little slit. So you can actually shove this in there. So you can make this like a rectangle, and you can just shove it in there, which is dope. Yeah, that's really intuitive too. Only thing I would say is you're adding more stuff, okay? So the point of this video is to, like, we're talking about skincare, right guys? So when you have all this stuff on your face, guess what? There's gonna be extra moisture, okay? It's gonna be extra hydration. So what does that mean, Robin? That means that less is more, okay? Rule number 1, less is more. Certainly in this case, during this pandemic, just not a good idea. So, when you have makeup or you have these face coverings, and then you're perspiring, you're sweating bullets, it depends on your climate. But you're gonna have extra moisture just on your breath, your breathing. That's why I like this one, because this one kind of like escapes the breath. It's a lot cool. I don't know, it's more comfortable. I think that's probably why, because it just lets all the heat out. Anyways, so yeah, when you guys are doing that, you're gonna be prone to break out. Like I have acne prone skin. Thank God, like I have not broken out yet. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I have a good skincare regimen, but I know a lot of my colleagues are breaking out. So really, what you want to do is less is more, okay? Less is more, less hydration, less moisturization, less serums. Don't put on a whole bunch of like stuff on your face. It's just less is more, guys. I personally just put on just a thin layer of my light Amore Pacific fluid cream moisturizer, and then the sunscreen, okay? That's really it. I can show you guys that actually. I'm back. So this is the Amore Pacific. This is the fluid, essential cream fluid. This is the one I've been running. Super thin, super light. That's what I like. I'm in Cali. It's hot, it's blazing. Plus I'm a big dude, and I don't like stuff on my face. So I like that one. And then this is my HG. If you guys see my review I just put out, my lady, this is my HG right now. If you are okay with untinted sunscreen, I think this is the best so far. Made in Korea. Obviously Korea is like, they're ahead of the game. So check this out. It's a great sunscreen. Okay, so if you're getting breakouts, you need to really reduce your skincare regimen, okay? Secondly, so what happens if you are breaking out? So one of my colleagues, she had a pimple and it was like breaking out. It's like, Robin, what do I do? And I say, basically, don't pop it. All right, anytime you pop a pimple, you're gonna first of all open it up. You have an open wound, okay? And you're gonna expose it to like bacteria in the air and wherever, even if you touch it. That's number 1. Number 2 is your body's gonna react, and sometimes it reacts by having more pimples around it. So have you ever seen like twins, like twin pimples? You know, like Irish twins. Like there's one here, and then like once that one's like kind of going away, like there's one right next to it, like Irish twins pimples. Like that happens. So that's because you're not cleaning it, and it's because it's exposed. And all that bacteria that's coming out, it's like spreading throughout that zone. So it's gonna contaminate the other area. So please don't do that. Don't pop your pimple, okay? You want to use this, okay? You want to use the Acne Pimple Master Patch. I always gotta forget the name of the order. Yeah. Acne Master Patch Pimple. Yeah. Anyways, so use with the CosRX. I think that's the most, that's the best product so far to date, in my opinion. I've tried other stuff. You can watch my review on the top 5. I've done a little review on that for my top 5 budget items. You should have one of those in your triage kit. If you don't have that, then you're really missing out. So. Use that. If you have BHAs, aka salicylic acid, that could be great too. So that's good for like target specific. So you want to just like target a certain area. You don't want to just put that all over your face. Okay, it's not like a cleanser. It's an acid. Okay, it's gonna go deep into your skin. You want to use that to neutralize pimples before they break the surface, or even if they're starting up. Like you should use BHA. Use that to like try to neutralize it before it gets ginormous. Like really. So be smart. If you're using face coverings, like I said, you have extra hydration. Okay. So if you're oily and acne prone like me, then definitely less is more. Probably like one thin layer of moisturizer, like the super light one that I'm using. Maybe an emulsion instead. I wouldn't put on anything heavy. Like that's a recipe for pimples. Okay, so that's it. So I know some of the folks have been asking me about the brown paper bags we use in the hospital. We use all of our personal stuff. We put them in a brown paper bag. It helps to really neutralize the bacteria quickly. It's not a hard surface. So brown paper bags are a great idea. Please be aware of hard surfaces. I know a lot of my friends and family are constantly like wiping down doors and handles and things that you can touch all the time, especially if you live with your parents or grandparents. Like I said, this is about the community. Okay, it's not about you. It's not about me. And also, shout out to all the healthcare workers out there. For me as a chaplain, I'm privileged to be in the front lines with these folks. Doctors certainly, but really it's the therapists and nurses who are really hands-on with these patients all the time. Really sacrificing their life and their peace at times, right? So please pray for them. Please be kind to them. If you see them around at a store, just thank them. They might be stressed out after work, so let them go in front of you. If you're at the line at a grocery store, like if you see that they're a healthcare worker, if they're wearing like like scrubs or nursing gear or whatever, like a little badge or the hospital thing, like just say thank you. All right, that would mean a lot. It's a very stressful time for those folks, guys. It is. And honestly, when you're stressed out, your skincare will reflect that. Okay, if you're stressed out, you're not getting enough sleep. Sleep is the best time for your skin to recover. So if you're stressed out and you're not sleeping, guess what? You're gonna break out even more. Okay, so eat healthy. Don't eat too many greasy meats and fatty foods like me. I'm lucky I have good genes, but I don't break out from eating like bacon or like samgyeopsal or bulgogi or kalbi. Like I eat all the Korean stuff, man. Even my lady, she loves the lamb. Been doing some lamb on lamb chops. Thank you, Mom. So for making the lamb chops for me. So eat healthy if you're breaking out. If you're stressed out, do some meditation. Do some meditation. You don't have to be religious, okay? That's not what I'm pushing here as a chaplain. Take care of yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Love yourself. Okay? If you're a healthcare worker, you got to take care of yourself first. Okay? Then you can take care of all your patients. Okay, guys? So all of you guys, I love you guys so much. You guys are in my thoughts and prayers. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Please share this with your family who may be unaware of face masks and and skincare, healthcare. This is all part of it, right? So shout out to frontliners, law enforcement. I know it's a difficult time for all you folks too. A lot of tension, but I know there's a lot of good cops. I know a few. So thank you for your service. Firefighters. We're getting ready for a big fire season in California. Our governor just had a press conference. Shout out to you guys, you know, really protecting the community. So God bless you guys.